Values are things that you believe are important or right or worthy. They create norms, rules, laws, which constitute the basis for mutual expectations and guide us in how we should act. Acquired through socialization. Have a subjective element. Vary from person to person and from situation to situation. Influence how we interpret the behavior of others. Can strongly relate to morals and ethics and be perceived as non-negotiable. It's important to note that we're not born with values that are acquired through socialization, who we grew up with, our environment, our role models. Values exist at different levels. There are community or workplace values, the reasons why things are done the way they are. These values, particularly at that community or society level, give rise to the norms and the formal laws. But values are also individual and will sit somewhere in relation to the value system of their community, their peers, or their professional group. It's not homogeneous, and to the extent that values are fundamental in helping us to interpret the rightness or fairness in the behavior of others, what is right or wrong or acceptable. These values therefore become critical sources of conflict and an important way through which to understand conflict. Values and conflict. Many conflicts are defined or experienced as a struggle about values. Values form part of our identity, and a threat to our values is perceived as a threat to our identity. Some conflicts are about fundamental value differences. Conflicts defined as a clash of values often appear intractable. Many conflicts can relate to values, and this can have different implications from interest-based or human needs-based conflict, but we need to be careful before attributing conflicts to values. Some people might feel passionate within a conflict because they think it clashes with their values and they shouldn't compromise. However, they might be coming into it with only one side of the story and a lack of information. Therefore, the conflict is actually about a lack of information, not a clash of values. If we sense this as analysts, then the intervention is going to be about improving the dialogue and the flow of information and correcting that discrepancy of information. If a conflict is about values, it's more likely to be intractable and difficult to resolve. However, values being a complex and dynamic space, we can look for shared values which might be held by both parties in a way to commence an engagement or a dialogue.